Hi everyone, and welcome to our nutE webinar for the 2016 QSP program. My name is Allison Mangles, and I'm a product sales manager here at Girl Scouts of Connecticut. And today I am going to take you through the steps of getting your troops set up in nutE, and also how to make a payment and record that payment in the system. So we're actually starting out right here. You'll see nutE on your screen here. I just wanted to show you our little koala and homepage as we started here, but we're actually going to start at our Girl Scouts of Connecticut website. Most of you are probably familiar with the website. We're at www.gsofct.org. We are going to go into the QSP section of the website, which this time of the year, of course, is very easy to find. This is the homepage. We're going to scroll down just a bit and look for the friendly koala eating some delicious eucalyptus leaves. And we're just going to click on the green link here, and it's going to bring us into the site where we have lots of resources for the QSP program. It's important that I show you this first, so if you have any other questions after watching the webinar and you're looking for a little bit more information on either nutE or some other topics, this is the place that you really want to go to. I am going to show you the actual nutE instructions, which is what I'm going to be referencing as we go through the presentation today. The nutE instructions are right here under Links and Resources for Volunteers, and you'll see your troop nutE instructions. You can open those up. This is a PDF that is a step-by-step instruction of everything that we are going to do today. So if you'd like to go ahead, log in, and pause this for just a second, go onto the website and print these to follow along, you're more than welcome to do so. Back on the same page, we actually have a link to get us right into the nutE program. So you'll see that there. We'll be back into the list of different resources in a bit, but for now we're going to hop onto nutE and we will get started. You can either access the nutE through the link that I just showed you on the screen, and you'll get here, or you can type in this address, www.ashtonfarmsnutE.com, and it will bring you to the same exact place. So the first thing we need to do is log in. I always like to make sure I'm in the correct campaign to start with. So this is the 2016-2017 product sale. We call it the QSP program here in Connecticut, but this is a national platform that we use through Ashton Farms, and so the language is a little bit different, but want to make sure that you select 2016-2017 product sale. The first time you log on to nutE, you're going to actually use the generic password, login and password, and so that's going to be capital C, capital T, and then your troop number. I'm using just the generic one, CT12345. And CT12345. We'll log in. Okay, so this is what you're going to see. I'm logged in. I'm in my one troop. I'm actually using a troop in the Bristol Service Unit right now. I promise all the changes that I make I will go and clear out so that no one has any extra things entered in there. But this is the screen that is your home page. It's going to tell you what you have sold so far for your troop, how many girls you have who are participating. We're doing this very early in October, so we don't really have anything entered as far as our paper sales just yet, and our online sales just started a few days ago. So these numbers will definitely be higher when you guys log in towards the end of the program, but just wanted to give you something to start with here. Right on this page, you can also view the paper order card if that's something that you're looking for. Of course, your product sales manager or your service unit QSP manager has extras of these, but if anyone is looking for the order card in the PDF form, that is on here, and you can just see all the nuts and candies there. Just like to point that out for all of you. Back in here, you'll see that nutE operates on a series of different icons. We are mostly going to use 3 icons today, the one that says troops, girl orders, and the one that says bank deposit. So we are going to get started by going into our troop information. This you can do at the very beginning of the program, later on in the program. You're going to want to make sure that you take care of this, though, before you start entering in your girls' order. So on this page, you're just going to make sure the information is correct for both the troop leader and for the product sales manager, the QSP manager. In nutE, we call that the product manager. So if you have a new product manager for your troop, or if you are the product manager and there's a new leader in your troop, We just want to make sure that we have their information in here in case we need to contact anyone with questions about orders or recognitions or payments later on in the program. If you need to enter anybody in, you can just type right over the person's name. So we'll just put Ellen in here. And then if you are making changes, you want to go up to the top and press save. I'm going to leave Chris's name in here so I don't mess it up too much on her. This is also the place where you will select if you are a leader or product manager of a junior, cadet, senior, or ambassador troop, if you are going to be receiving recognitions or foregoing the recognitions in the program. Older girls, juniors and older, as I just mentioned, can decide as a troop if they would like to receive the recognitions. That would be, this year we have a plush and a whole bunch of other things, or if they would like to forego the recognitions and get an additional 2% in troop proceeds. That's up to the girls to decide, but we do need the volunteer to go in there and select it. So if they are going to take the recognitions, that's how the default is here. If they are going to forego those recognitions to the additional 10%, they would simply click on this box here. You're also going to want to make sure if your girls have changed levels since last year that you go ahead and select them in the appropriate level. So this troop was a junior troop, let's just say. Now they're a cadet troop, all right? And we're actually going to have them go with the recognitions just because it will make it a little easier when I show you some things later on. But just know that if you do want to forego the recognitions as an older troop, you're just going to click this button and then save. So we're going to go ahead, save our change here. Excellent. The other thing that you can do on this area here under the troop icon is to add a troop user. So let's say that there's somebody else who's going to help you out with the order, or your troop treasurer is a person who's going to make the payment for the program, and they're also going to be the person who's going to go on and record it. If you would like to add a troop user, you can go ahead and put them in here. We're going to add in Jane Smith to this troop, and you can make her login anything that you would like. So you all have the generic login for your troop. She can have a different one, so we'll just say we'll make her Jane 1980, and we'll make her password summer 18. You can decide if you would like Jane to have complete access to be able to make changes to anything in nutE. If you'd like her to do that, you would click Troop Administrative Access. And if you would just like her to just see it, just to see but not be able to make any changes, you would click Troop User. So we'll submit Jane here so that she can go in and make changes. And then you yourself are going to actually want to go in and change that generic password. Please leave your login name the same, but as we all know now, our login and our passwords are just DT and the troop number, and so you're going to want to make sure that you change that password up just in case someone reverses a number or something. You want to make sure that there's really no way for other people to get into your troop. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this. I'm going to delete all of this afterwards, guys, so I'm not too worried about you taking a look at my passwords, but we'll say that I changed this one to autumn 2016, and I would make that my password. You can make this anything that you would like, as long as you can remember it, so that you can get back into the system. There we are. Excellent. So all of our troop information now should be updated. If anything changes throughout the program, things happen, people move away, and you need to update this troop information at any time, you can log back in and do that. We do just ask that before you do submit your final order that everything is, up and running, all the information is correct. I do recommend, like I said earlier, just to go in and check this out, now while the girls, might be still participating in the program. Just one thing, go in, check it off your list, and then the next time you go in, you'll just have to enter in your girls' orders. Speaking of, our girl information is going to be located on our Girl Orders tab, which is our little shopping basket up here. This year, for those who have been doing nutE for a while, you'll see that this page looks just a little bit different. So this year we were able to upload some girls into both nutE and the QSP online program. Girls who are listed in here with a member ID number, they have been uploaded into the system. So when you log in for your troop, you might have all of your girls listed in there. You may have some girls listed in there, or you may not have anybody listed at all. The girls who have been uploaded into this system are girls who were registered in our INS database by September 23rd. Now, if you have girls who weren't registered by that point, they just got their registrations in October 1st, or they were away, and so now they're, they've come back, it's mid-October, they can go ahead and start selling once they are registered, but they will not be listed in nutE. No worries, you can still go in and add a girl's name, and that way you'll be able to record all of her sales in nutE. So for our troop, we have, most of our girls are already registered in here, but let's say we've got one more. We're going to go and click right here, our Add Girl Name button, and we'll just go ahead and add her. Add girl name. Takes just a second, and she'll be listed right here. Her member ID number is going to be blank, and that's okay. There's no way for us now to put an ID number in there for her. It does not make a difference. I just want you to know that any girls that you add are going to have a blank space here in their member ID column. Not a problem at all. I know we have some type A people like myself who want everything to look exactly the same, but that's okay. We'll still be able to enter in all of their orders. So here's our whole list. We're also going to go ahead before we start entering orders and enter in the number of girls who are registered in the troop. The girl selling box is grayed out, and that will calculate automatically once orders are entered or flow into the system, but we do want to just write in the number of our girls who are registered. We recommend that you list all girls in nutE who are registered in your troop, and we recommend that you do that a little earlier on in the program, so it's just less to do when you go in to enter in your orders. So in this troop, we've entered everybody in, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 girls. So we're going to go ahead and change our 9 up here and save that information. Excellent. Okay. So let's say now it's the end of the program, and we have all of our girls in here, and we are ready to submit some other orders. Now, you're going to see that we have 2 girls in here, Sienna and Sophia, who actually already have some information listed here. This is because these girls have sent emails and have online sales. For the first time this year, the QSP online program and nutE are actually speaking to each other. They're on very good terms. And so girls are participating in the online portion of the program, which we recommend that everybody does, and they send emails and have sales. The number of emails they've sent and all of those sales are going to flow directly into nutE. So in the past, you used to have to collect an online report from the girls or go in as a troop leader and look at that online report so you could enter in those numbers. You don't have to do that this year, so entry is a little bit easier. And actually, I'll show you in here as well, there's actually no way for you to even put anything into these columns. So when you go in, you're going to, first of all, see your list of girls, and then you may also already see some girls with sales. So in Sophia's case, she has already had a customer purchase a magazine order online. She has sent out 17 emails to family and friends, and she has sold 2 nut or candy items. It will also show you the prices, or excuse me, the total dollars for all of her online magazine sales, as well as all of her online nut and candy sales. Now, just like in past years, you don't need to worry about collecting any of the money for those sales. The online sales are all purchased with a credit card, and so you don't need to get cash or anything or a check back from the family for any of those sales. Those are all taken care of. The other thing is that when we go ahead and talk about our bank deposits a little bit later, nutE automatically takes into account that these items have already been paid for and that the council has already received payment for them. So you won't be paying again for those items. nutE calculates everything out and will give you the exact amount of money that the troop owes and the exact amount of money that the troop has made in proceeds. So I'm going to just go back out so I can show you guys this view again in case you missed it the first time. These are our online columns here, magazine subscriptions, the emails, and then our nut and candy columns. And again, these are the ones that will be populated if your girls have any of these sales. I also note that the sales are uploaded on a nightly basis. So if somebody has a sale at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you check back at 5 o'clock, it's not going to be in the system, but give it, overnight. We're recommending give it 24 hours. and then it should be flowing into the system. If for some reason when you go in here, you think there should be an order in there that's not, or you have a girl who's listed under your troop but you don't believe she belongs there, just let us know. You can email myself or your product sales manager, or you can email our department. Our email address is productsales@gsofct.org, and we can go ahead and take a look in there and see what's going on. But hopefully when you guys log in, you'll just see some girls who are part of your troop, and you maybe even see some girls with sales. So we're just going to pretend now that it is the first week of November, and we are going to have collected all of our girls' materials back from them. So we're going to have their NE magazine subscription forms, we're going to have their address booklets, and we're going to have their nut and candy order cards. We're going to have to still enter in all of the sales that took place on paper. So we knocked some of it out, no entering of the online sales, but we're still going to be entering in all of our paper magazine sales, address booklets, and our paper nuts and candy. So we're going to go ahead and start with Abby. To make any entries under a girl's name, you're going to actually go ahead and press this green button with the plus sign in it. Okay, here she is. So let's say that we have Abby's paperwork in front of us. She did a really great job in the program, and we're going to go ahead and enter in her information. So under paper magazine subscriptions, this is actually where you're going to put the total number of not only magazines sold, but we're going to also add any photo keepsake purchases that were made on paper to that order as well. You may recall that the photo keepsake catalog from To Remember This was actually inside of the magazine catalog, and those orders are recorded on the same form as the magazine order. So it just makes sense. They're all in the same form to put them here in the same category. So we'll say that Abby sold 4 of those. Maybe it was 3 magazines and 1 photo keepsake item for a total of 4. That was for $92. She doesn't have any online sales in here right now. We're just going to skip over. They're in gray there. She did complete an address booklet. We don't have any online sales in here for her just yet, but she did sell a fair amount of nuts and candy online. So we're going to go ahead and mark those off for her. Looks like an order that I would make. Let's see. The very last column here is labeled Thank You Nuts. This is actually for any nut purchases that were made to go towards the SHARE program. Now, you may recall that's our partnership with the American Red Cross Connecticut chapter. This is also the last column on your girl's order card, and it does have a little arrow leading up to a box that says SHARE program on it. So this is where you're going to record any of those donations that were made. Once we reach the end of the line here, you can just scroll back and review. I always like to take a look before I save. Everything looks good, so we're going to go ahead and press the Save button for her nut and candy order. Now, we can go back in if we need to and adjust that. Maybe you realize, oh, actually, I just realized that was 8 mint penguins and not 8 peanut butter bears. Not a problem. We can go back in and change it out there. We just saved it. We didn't actually submit our troops order. Now, once we've saved the actual order of our magazines, nuts, candy, and photo keepsake items that were purchased on paper, we're going to go in here and we're going to actually select the recognitions for her. So our patches and the SHARE program bottle will actually calculate for you. So we're going to have all of our patches here all set, and then we're going to go into our actual items and we're going to need to select those. So right now, the first item here is the default for her. So let's say that she wanted to go ahead and instead of the silicone bracelet, she wanted the erasers. She's going to keep the koala. She's going to keep her dream desk, but she's going to get the zipper bag here instead of the dream journal. Okay. So once we're all set there, we're going to go ahead and save that. It's going to ask me, do I definitely want to save this girl's order? I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I do. Excellent. So here's Abby. These are all of the items that we put in for her. These are her total sales. And those are her recognitions. Now, something that we can also do is that we can record a payment for her. So some troops like to use this tool, money from the girls. Now, for the QSP program, you're generally collecting, one payment at, one time. You're going to be collecting payments, sort of a cash check, a combination of them. If you like to record when you collect those payments in nutE, you can go ahead and do that. To do that, we're going to go click on the girl payment button here in the gray. And you're going to go next to the girl's name. So we're working at Abby right now. And we are going to put in her payment here. So we have that her amount due is $340. We're going to say that she gave us all of that money, and she gave it to us on November 2nd. And we are going to update that. Now you'll see that the payment sits right here. She paid her full balance, and now the balance due is 0. You can do that for all of your girls here. Again, it's optional. If you find this to be helpful, you can go ahead and use it. If you would prefer not to and use your own spreadsheet, you can do that as well. We're just going to close out of there. We would then go on to our next girl and enter in her items the same exact way. So let's go ahead and work on, we'll go down to Sophia down here. And oops, I should tell you guys, just so you know, once the girl has orders already in the system, this little green plus sign is going to go away, and you're just going to click on the pencil here to edit what's in there. So she has, you'll see Abby has some items in here, so she has a pencil, and so does Sophia. So that's why it just looks a little bit different. So Sophia has some online orders in here. She also has some paper sales. So we will go ahead and submit some of those as well. Some nuts and candies. Girls are doing a good job. Okay, and that is all of her sales there. We'll go ahead and save again. And select her recognitions down here. You'll see that the ones that she's actually earned are in green, and the ones that they have not earned are in red. You can still select it for the girls if you would like to, but it's not going to order any of these if the girl hasn't earned. I should let you guys know just something that we recommend is that when the girls are submitting in their paper order cards to you, the recognitions are actually all pictured on the back of the card. And it's a good practice to have the girls circle which items that they would like, especially this year because we only have one level. That's a $350 level where there is not a choice. So there's a lot of choices this year as far as the recognitions are concerned. So you just want to go ahead and make sure that you know what the girls would like, and circling them on the cards and then they're going to hand those into you is one of the easy ways to do that. So we're going to get our bracelets, the sleep mask, and the Dream Desk set. We'll go ahead and save that. And again, would you like to save this girl's order? Yes, we would. All right. Now, once you are completely finished with submitting all of the girls' orders, you can go ahead and click Submit Nut/Candy Order. Okay, we're not going to do that today because I know we still have a lot more orders to enter. When you submit this, when you press this pink Submit button, it will block you from making any other changes to your girls' orders. So you won't be able to add anything, you won't be able to change anything. Now, if you accidentally submit it and you haven't finished entering everything, please don't panic. Your service unit QSP manager or a member of the product sales team can unsubmit. I know it's not a real word, but we can unsubmit the order for you, and then you can go back in and make your changes. So just give us a shout if you think that you have submitted your order accidentally, and we can go in and help you out with that so you can continue entering. Now, we're going to go ahead in here and go to our Bank Deposits tab. This is going to show us a summary of all of our sales. Now, again, we only have a couple girls in here. I expect that you guys will have higher sales than this, but this is what we're going to go with for right now. So you'll see that we have the total sales here, $597. The online sales are listed just so that you can take a look at them. So we had $41 in online magazine sales, $11 in nut and candy sales. And the proceeds for the troop are going to be $91.55. The number that we're going to focus on just for a minute are the monies due council. So this troop owes $453.45. Now you can go ahead and deposit money to the council in two different ways. The first way is by making a visit to Webster Bank. We have some printed deposit slips that you can go ahead and use, and you can deposit on cash or check in this total amount and then record it here in nutE. You can also use the Webster online program to make your payment electronically, which is actually the method that we prefer as a council and is also the much more popular method for all of our troops. So it's totally up to you. We find the online one to be easier for our troops, and of course you can make an online payment in your pajamas at 11 o'clock at night, so it's just a little bit more convenient than getting to the bank. So I'll go ahead and show you how to make your online payment. We're going to go into our website. Now at the moment, again, because I'm doing this in the very beginning of October, the Webster Bank link is not on the home page. When you all go ahead to do this the first week in November, the Webster Bank icon and instructions, a link to instructions, are going to be sitting right here in this nice white space. But for now, we're going to actually go into the QSP section of the website. You can still do that next time around. It's just one extra little click for you. And we're going to go down again to where it says links and resources for volunteers. And we're going to click where it says Webster Online Banking. You can also scroll down until you get to the logo here and click on Make a Payment. It's totally up to you. So we're here. We're just going to go ahead and make our payment. Now we're going to start out by putting in your troop number and then confirming it. If you need to go look at your Girl Scouts vest or sash before you do that, that's okay. Just make sure we know we have the right troop here. We clicked Make a Payment, and now we're going to go ahead and fill out our information. So if I were, making this payment, I'm just going to go ahead. I will enter in my name here. You guys who have done this before, you'll see that the screen looks just a little bit different than the last time that you were in here. They just gave Webster a little bit of a facelift after the cookie program last year, so that's why it looks just a little bit different to you. Your email address here is important because this is where Webster is actually going to send you the receipt, so please make sure that you have your email in here, entered appropriately, and that it's an email address that you actually check. You will need to hand in a proof of payment to your service unit QSP manager, and the proof of payment is going to come in the form of an email to this address. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and do that. We're in the United States. We're in Waterbury, 171 Grandview. Then we're going to go ahead and make our payment. Now, like you, I don't remember exactly how much it was, so we're going to pay $453.45. And then we're going to go ahead and here and mark what it is that we're making the payment for. So we're making a payment for the QSP program, so we're going to select option 01, which is QSP nuts and magazine sales. And then we're going to click, we've got our date here as well, so I'm making the payment on this date. This will populate on its own, so whenever you guys are in here, then you will go ahead and see that. We're going to add a payment method. So this is where we're going to actually enter in our banking information. So it's a good idea, if you've got your checkbook in front of you, there is a diagram here that's going to show you exactly which numbers it is that you are going to enter. So you're going to put name on the account, it's probably Girl Scout Troop for us, it would be 66607. You're going to enter in your routing number, which is this first group of numbers here, your account number, which is the second group of numbers, and then re-enter that just in case, okay? And this is a business account, and it is your checking account for the troop. Once you've entered in all this information, you're going to agree and add the account. Yeah, I'm not going to take you through the rest of the steps, but essentially you are just going to be reviewing your information and then entering in that you are definitely going to be making the payment for the amount that we just entered in there. Once that's complete, you're going to receive an email from Webster Bank almost immediately to let you know that your payment has been scheduled and that you are pretty much set to go. That's the email that you're going to want to save and print out at the end once you're all set to get all your paperwork in to your QSP manager. You're going to want to put that with all of your other items and submit that to them as your proof of payment. So we're actually going to get out of here because we're not going to really make our payment today. We're going to go back into nutE. Now, if we have made a payment today, we're going to go ahead and enter it into the system. So you'll be looking to do this either after you've done that online payment, like I just said, or after you've come back from the bank and made your actual in-person payment. So we're going to click Add Bank Deposit. We'll enter our transaction date. It will be whatever date the bank either stamped on the back of your deposit ticket or the date that's printed on your payment confirmation. So we did this today on the 4th of October. And now you're going to have two options here. If you made a payment through the Webster Bank online program, you made an online payment. And if you went to the bank, we're going to select Webster Bank payment. We paid online, so we're going to select online payment. And we paid $453.45. If you made an online payment, it's going to actually give you a transaction ID number. We do ask that you put this into the system just because it makes it much easier for us to go ahead and track that payment just in case we have any questions about it. If you paid at the bank, you won't have a transaction ID number, and you can just leave that field blank. So again, we didn't get one, but our transaction number might look something like this. We would just go ahead and save that. Now, we're going to see here that everything is listed here. Okay, so we made our payment on October 4th. We made it online in this amount. This is our ID number. We deposited this, and now balance due is $0. The goal is that everyone has a $0 balance at the end of the program. So that is one of the last steps that you're going to take is just recording that payment. So just to review, we've updated our troop information. We've entered in all of our girl orders. Then we went into Webster Bank online and made a payment. We came back here and actually recorded that payment. Okay. And we're going to, now that we know everything is set, we're going to actually go back into our girl orders. We are going to press this pink button actually, just so I can make sure you guys see it. It is going to ask you, are you sure that you want to submit? If we really are sure, we're going to hit OK. If we say, oh no, we pressed that by accident, then you can go ahead and press that cancel button. But we're going to submit. Now you'll see that this button is now grayed out. You can't press it again, and you're not going to be able to make any changes to your nut and candy order as well. I am going to show you the reports icon really quickly, just in case you'd like to take a look at it. This is helpful for you under the girl reports when you are actually coming back after you picked up your items in December to actually distribute the nuts and candy out to the girls. So we're going to actually click on G1, which is the girl order. It takes just a minute to generate here. And this is just an Excel spreadsheet of anything that you entered into nutE. So you can format this report any way that you would like. You'll see Abby's information up here. She's got all her magazine and items first, but then we'll start here. This is her actual nuts and candy here. So we'll know when we have all of our troop products that she needs 2 of these, 4 of these, 1 of these. And it makes sort of separating out everything really easy. If you need help formatting any of these reports, just feel free to give your product sales manager a call, and we're happy. We have access to all the reports, and we're happy to format them and get them out to you. I'm also going to show you a similar report for recognitions. Let's see here. So this will show you all of the girls, and it will show you their recognition items. So I'm just going to do this so that you can see it just a little bit better. So this will tell you what patches a girl gets, which items a girl gets. You're going to be getting your recognitions a little bit later than your nut and candy products, but if you would like to, once you have your nut and candy, go in and print out both of these reports at the same time, you can go ahead and do so. And again, if you'd like some assistance in formatting them so they're a little easier to print, we're happy to go ahead and do that for you. We're going to close that for now. So that's all of our information on nutE. I am going to circle back just one more time to our resources page here. I did want to just point out, starting at the top here, we have just some basic resources for you where it says QSP Quick Resources. These are just some 1- and 2-page information sheets in case you're looking for a little bit more detail. These are some things for families and girls as they go along in the program. They might want a little bit more information. And this is really the instructions, training PowerPoints, the program guide, all kinds of things that you as the troop QSP manager or troop leader might need to reference throughout the program. We also have some videos on the bottom here, the QSP program, online program for families, ways to participate in the QSP program, and I'm recording it right now, but this webinar will also be up here so you can obviously go in and access it at any time. So please, please, please take a look at these resources. Don't be afraid to reach out. Down here at the bottom, we have our contact information for our department. Again, we are the product sales department, and you can reach us at productsales@gswt.org. You can call us at 800-922-2770, extension 3333. Or you can actually go ahead and contact your product sales manager. If you're looking for that information, it's actually inside of your QSP program guide, which is that book that you would have received at training. Again, this has the electronic version of everything on here. So we'll show you who your product sales manager is and how to contact them. So I'm Allison. I'm in the Waterbury office. So anyone who is served out of that office, you can contact me. Nancy Sherman's in our Hartford office. Susan Pratt's in our Wilton office, and Lisa Desnell is the product sales manager in North Haven. And then Ann is our director, and John is the administrative assistant. And contact any of us at any time. We are certainly happy to help. I do appreciate you taking the time to log on to this webinar today, and I especially appreciate you volunteering to manage the QSP program for your girls. We're looking forward to a super great program, and again, please don't hesitate to contact us with any questions or concerns. Thank you so much, and have a great day.